Hi, beautiful people. I hope y'all are having a beautiful life. So I just got on here to speak on something um, that may bother some of y'all, but it's been laid on my heart to speak on. It was something somebody said the other day, a comment about, you know, children are innocent. So I just thought that was the most ignorant thing somebody could say. I'm serious. So let's get into it. I'm not going to be one of those ones to sugarcoat shit in this world. I think they have enough fake people in the world, enough people who don't want to speak up and tell how they feel because they're worried about people judging them, coming up against them, gang stalking them, whatever, right? I wouldn't be me if I didn't speak on things that other people are scared to speak on or afraid that someone's going to judge them, etc., etc. I don't give a fuck no more. I just don't. I have this life to live. God put me here for a reason. And I know for sure one of the reasons is to use my mouthpiece, to speak on the truth that many people, sweep under the rug or don't want to talk about or afraid somebody gonna want to fight them and all of this shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I don't. So let me tell you why I think that people who say children are innocent. There are some children that are innocent. There are children that come into this world that are innocent. At some point, depending on how that child has been brought up, what that child has experienced, that child is no longer innocent. Many of y'all want to use these words, these cliches, just because somebody else said it and that's the way it's supposed to go. Can you stop, please? Be your truth. You ever met a badass child and you was like, ooh, their parents need to get them because they bad? Okay, but you wouldn't say that out loud, right? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't say it out loud, but you know that child was bad, right? And I ain't gonna say that part. I'm gonna keep that part to myself. No, I'm gonna say it. And no shade, every child ain't beautiful either. Let's be honest. Every child, I've seen people, and it's no shade to children. This is just my truth. I've seen people go, oh, the baby beautiful. And knowing that baby is not beautiful. That baby might have a beautiful heart and soul when it grows up. But everybody child ain't beautiful. And everybody, even as an adult, ain't beautiful. So let's keep it real and keep it gangster and stop doing that fake shit. Oh, he or she so beautiful. Knowing that child is not cute. Okay? I mean, like I've always heard when I was coming up, you can't say nothing good, don't say nothing at all, right? So if the child not cute, you ain't got to say nothing about it, but stop lying to yourself. All right? That's number 2. So let's get into why I feel like people who say children are innocent. I used to think like that until I met this one particular child. And I knew this particular child's family. These people raised this child to manipulate, to lie, all kinds of stuff. So again, we're talking about children who have an impression on them now, who have a mindset. So that how they're innocent, they're not. If I as a mother teach my child to be manipulative, steal, kill, destroy, whatever, because there are children that kill. There are children that are like 8 years old in gangs. They go rob. That's lookouts. They sell drugs. Let's be real about it. I mean, let's stop being ignorant to the shit. And these children, they grow up into adults. So I'm so tired of hearing people say, oh, children are innocent. Why would you wish something on something? Because that child is innocent. So if I said, I wish that child get some therapy, or I wish that child need to go to jail, that child just killed an adult. That child need to go to jail. I wish that child go to jail. So I'm a bad person because I believe that? Or because I said that? Stop being ignorant. Please stop being ignorant. So anyway, I met this particular child. Loved her to death. And I still love her, but I saw children in a whole different light. So this particular child, she was being disrespectful. Now my intentions when I just picked up and put in the trash can was not in my mind. I wasn't thinking that through. I wasn't thinking oh, she gonna feel like trash or whatever. And really I didn't even know why she started crying, honestly, after that, because I, like how people be like, pick up kids and put them in the closet and shut the door, say, "Oh, you gonna be bad? I'm gonna put you over here." It was that kind of mindset. It wasn't to make her feel less than, and I normally don't tolerate disrespectful children, but because the family she was in, I knew that they were ignorant. You know what I'm saying? I knew that, like, they'll say, you don't let her talk to you like that, but at the same time, when you get the child together, then they looking at you crazy. That's kind of like, it's ignorant. So I was like, I ain't gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole, because that's their child. That's they, family member. If they want their child to grow up to be ignorant and manipulative and a liar and all of that, that's on them. They don't have nothing to do with me. So long story short, so she was crying, and I was just like, "Why are you crying?" In my mind, I was just like, I picked up, like, "Would you, stop?" And so she was, being disrespectful. So I picked up, putting, not like pushed her in the trash can. I put her partially in the trash can, still holding her, and she cried. And like I said, I wasn't trying to make her feel like trash. And I'm assuming that is what she felt like because of what her family said later on. They was pissed off, but that's not the point. The part that got me was, after that, I was like, "I'm sorry, why you crying? I didn't mean to, make you feel no kind of way or whatever." She told me if I tell my mama, my brothers, and my family, she made up this whole lie that you did this and you did that, and I tell them that you did this and they'll all beat you up. I was like, there it is. And God did not allow me to experience that for no reason. God didn't allow that to happen the way it happened for no reason. God wanted me to see a different light in children. God didn't want me to be a part of this world like everybody else and talking about children are innocent. Yeah, they're innocent till their minds and their ways and their behaviors are poison, okay? That's just like a lot of the people in the world automatically want to say you're guilty. They want to say you're guilty. Somebody tell a story about me or anybody else, y'all believe it. Because y'all are so easy to believe the negativity. Y'all not easy to waver and get to know the person. Be like, wait a minute, that person couldn't possibly do that. And then if the person found guilty, because you don't get that, just the justice system has a part to do with a lot of stuff that deals with people's innocence and being guilty. Some of them are corrupted. Y'all don't take none of that in consideration. Y'all just get a verdict of, oh, that person guilty, y'all go with it. How many people who are innocent that's been put in prison for a child saying an adult molested them when that child's family lied and coerced that child? You see what I'm saying? But y'all will believe anything y'all hear. Anything. It's just like if today or tomorrow some breaking news came out, let's just say about me or something, and a whole bunch of lies was told on me. Y'all will believe it. Oh, I can't believe she liked it. Oh my goodness. Oh goodness. I thought she was this, that way, this and that way. And oh my God, I knew something was right. Because you want to believe that negative shit. You don't want to believe that there are some people in this world that are genuinely good. You don't want to believe that there are some people in this world that are genuinely kind. You don't want to believe there are some people in this world who want to see people be happy. And they want to see people win and not be jealous. Y'all don't believe that shit. Y'all only believe the shit that sounds like what society has been poisoning your mind with is the negativity. I could sit right here in front of you all day long. I've made over, I don't know how many videos. Y'all can go through all them videos through time at a time, all the way back, 5-6 years ago. And if something comes out and says something about me, y'all gonna believe it. Period. Don't matter how much truth I speak. Doesn't matter how many videos I have that you have the opportunity to see me as a person and get to know me as a person, you still gonna believe it because that's what y'all like to believe. Y'all like to believe the negativity. And half of y'all who want to believe the negativity are some of the ones who are throwing the negativity out there about me and other people, so people can make up a story about a person so that people could look at them in a different light because you're a hater and you're jealous because you don't have a voice. Because of the shit that I say is the truth. Because the shit that I say, it triggers you. Because the shit that I say, it makes you feel some type of way. Are you not tired of people just telling you what to, telling you anything to make you feel better about yourself? How about somebody come to you and you ask them, how's my hair? Does my hair looking? And that person say it's not that cute. Are you bothered? Or do you want someone to have you going out there looking like a mess and be like, oh, it's cute, girl, yes. And you looking at it in your mind like, child, I don't know what she did that day. Why her hair look like that? You know, do you want somebody, you know, when you go out, you got toilet paper coming out the back of your pants because you just used the restroom in the public bathroom and it's toilet paper hanging out your pants, but nobody tells you. Have you walking around like that? Or do you want somebody to say, excuse me, you have toilet paper hanging out the back of your pants? You see what I'm saying? No, all children are not innocent. They're not. There are some children that, let's get real with, they have been sacrificed since a child and they have a whole demon in them. They will lie, steal, kill, and destroy whatever that's in them, that's possessing, they'll do whatever. So I need y'all to like change your mindset, change your thinking. Not all children are innocent, just like not all adults are innocent. And that's just the same thing. A child grows up into being an adult. Like, you know, but y'all just believe every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. Everything. Anything that hit the news, anything that sounds like a good story, anything that you could drink your tea and be like, oh, child, I knew it, honey. I knew they was faking, honey. Ooh, child, baby, I knew it, baby. I knew they ass was crazy. That's because that's what you want to believe. That's what you want to believe. You want to paint a narrative on a person instead of actually getting to know them. You know, instead of seeing the person, a true person, and then helping fight for the justice, you know, to get justice. Y'all don't do that shit. Like how many freaking stories I done got on here and said about me being gangsta. None of you motherfuckers can help me. None of y'all. I ain't seen nobody help me. Oh, but because you think it's a lie, right? She crazy. Okay. All right. Keep that same energy. You know, y'all want to believe everything, you know, everything that somebody says that's negative about somebody, you know, instead of considering that it could be true. You know, I could be on here today and let's say gone tomorrow, and then I'm just another influencer who's off of YouTube. You know, no one hears about it no more. Or it probably won't even make the news, right? Because I ain't important, right? Because I'm a nobody, right? But the whole time that I'm telling you the shit that I'm going through, I don't see none of you motherfuckers helping. But y'all same people who don't help others. There's a lot of people on YouTube that been saying, hey, I'm going through this. Hey, I'm going through that. A lot of actually readers. I'm going through this. Hey, police, help me. Do this. I don't see no breaking news about it. What's going on? You don't think that the shit that I been saying on here that will flag, you know, the government, you know, that will flag the police, if they nobody to help me, what the fuck you think? Maybe they're a part of it. They know what I'm going through. You ever thought about that? Nah. Half of y'all think that motherfuckers be getting on here just, you know, want to get some damn likes and views and shit like that and blow up as an influencer when this is motherfuckers real life. It's my real life. I still get followed till this day. I literally, let me see, the other day, literally went somewhere in a very small parking lot looking for somewhere, and this vehicle, it was so small of a parking lot, they stuck out like a fucking sore thumb in a gray Jeep. It was a white lady, a girl. And when she swung up in there, she swung in the back part of the parking lot, which again is so small. I see you. And she's looking at me, and I looked at her and was like, I see you. I've seen the same lady at a dollar store that sat outside. Let me tell you. I seen a lady that sat outside a dollar store one time. A white, let's see, was it white or gray Jeep pull up with a black man and a black woman. I already knew they was following me. I already knew whatever this targeting thing was going on. I knew they had be a part of it. And I test the fact and I test the theory. And some of this shit I be wanting to put on video, but at the time I be doing some shit, you know. But I'm gonna start catching people and putting their ass on video on the fucking YouTube, whether y'all believe it or not. But so I'm sitting in my vehicle eating, and I'm knowing they waiting for me. I know they followed me, so they sit in their vehicle. This particular black couple. The black guy gets up, gets out, and go into the dollar store. I get up after that, after I'm eating, going to the dollar store. He comes back. I'm like, I bet you this nigga gonna sit right here. I bet you he ain't going nowhere. I come back, he get in his vehicle, he's still sitting there. That's a, like, obvious thing. See another lady, a white lady, in a car, gray car. So I go get some stuff out the dollar store, and I'm pulling, like, let me see where it was. Like, I went like over there by like this I don't know what kind of restaurant. So I went over there by this restaurant, and they still sitting there, and I see them looking at me. And then I can see that the black guy, he got frustrated, like, what the fuck she doing? What's she doing? Why is she going over there? What's she doing? So he pulls off, and I see these other cars, they periodically come and sit. But I noticed this gray car with the white lady in it, because she never got out. Okay? Here I am in Colorado at a store. Another day, I want to say a week later, I'm far away from where I live. That same lady in the gray car, the white lady, she gave herself away because I was going straight. She didn't know I was about to get in the turning lane to go into a shopping center. And what messed her up was she was going straight, and she hurried up and pulled behind me. And I looked in the mirror, and I looked right at her. It was the same lady. And she was like, you know. So a lot of y'all don't believe the shit that, you know, people be going through. A lot of people, y'all don't understand, like, there are people who really try to take you out. You know, just like a lot of people who are celebrities. Some people say they died or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's probably because they went, quote unquote, underground, because, you know, there are people that want to end people, you know. There are people who make up lies and shit about you, and people believe it. You know, like they say, if you don't fall for something, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. You know, and it's so sad because I think about how many people actually needed help that have spoken out, you know, on social media or whatever, ain't nobody help them, and then they actually did end up, you know, getting murked. You know, you know, y'all really kill me sometimes, because y'all like to get on YouTube and, you know, listen to other people's lives, but y'all don't do shit. Y'all don't make no moves. Y'all don't push no movement. Y'all be talking about these bullshit ass movements, you know, about old black power this and protesting this and protesting that shit, and half the shit don't make a motherfucking difference. But when motherfuckers sitting up here telling y'all, lots of people, and I've seen lots of video, you know, a crowd for help, you know, targeted individuals. You know, you look up that, you know, hear people's story about that, gang stalking. None of you motherfuckers do shit. Y'all don't do nothing. Y'all just want to, let me pass up this video or whatever, or whomever's video, and not do nothing. And then if somebody, only way y'all really pay attention to shit if a person become famous. And then when a person become famous and then they say somebody died or got murked, then that'll be it. That's it about them. But think about if it was you in that position and you wanted somebody to believe your ass, but nobody helped you. Would you deserve it? Absolutely. You would. You would. Because you the same motherfucker who didn't believe people. You the same motherfucker who, you know, sit up here and listen to people's stories. You ain't did shit about. You ain't did nothing. Nothing. But you want somebody to come help you. You want somebody to believe in you. You want somebody to fight the power with you. You want somebody to walk the walk with you. You know what I'm saying? You know better than society that want to keep people in the box. You're no better than the devil because you believe any fucking thing that the news come out with. Now they got AI and shit, and no shade to AI. Some shit is cool on there. But now you ain't gonna know what's fake, what story is fake, and what shit is real. You know, and we're talking about people's lives. We're not just talking about just a fucking store or a content creator who just get on here to talk bullshit, you know, to get likes and all of that shit to make money. I don't give a fuck about that shit because God take care of me. I ain't got not one motherfucking job and I'm good. I'm happy and I'm at peace. I don't give a fuck about the stalking. I don't give a fuck about the being targeted. I've gotten used to it now because I already know what God told me. I know what God told me and I know who I trust in. Because if I trust in you motherfuckers in the world, who don't do shit, who talk a lot of shit but don't be about nothing, I be dead and gone. I don't depend on y'all. All my faith, my strength, my hope, my fearlessness, my protection, it comes from the Lord. Not none of y'all. But remember that shit, because one day, if you ain't already went through it, you gonna need somebody help. All these videos you pass up and you hear people need help and, you know, crying out and you ain't did shit about it. I don't give a fuck if you the police, the FBI, the CIA, the motherfucking judge, lawyer. If you ain't did shit about none of these people, been on social media, you know, asking for help, telling you the stories about what they going through, and you allowing it, and you know these people being targeted, and you know these people could get murked, that blood is going to be on your hands. I promise you that. God is going to hold you accountable for it. God is going to hold you accountable for it. A half of y'all don't do shit about it because y'all are part of it. And to expose it is to expose yourself. But going back to children, no, I do not believe that all children are innocent. So y'all can miss me with that shit. I don't give a fuck about what y'all think, what y'all say, because people be getting all touchy about children and shit. No, let's keep it real. Because if that same child who y'all want to say all children is innocent, if that same child lied on you and your ass was in court going to motherfucking jail because that child lied on you, let's still see if you think all children are innocent. Or if that same child broke in your motherfucking house and shot your ass and you ended up surviving, you still gonna think that child was innocent? You gonna think they innocent? Well, what? All children are not innocent. Like I said, there are some children in these motherfucking cults that have been sacrificed and have a whole demon in them. Y'all gotta stop looking at the body and look into the fucking soul. No matter if they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, 8 years old, it don't matter. Look into the soul. Because some of them same children who y'all think is innocent can be the same people who come up against y'all ass because you think they innocent. Let's be real. Let's be 100. This world is dark and light. And there are children that's out there that's innocent that need to be protected. But not all children are innocent, baby. It's just not. It's just what it is. That's just what the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck about how you feel. I don't give a fuck about what you think about what I'm saying about a child. If your child is not like that, why are you offended? You must be offended because you know your child got evil in it. And that's just what it is. The best thing you can do for a child is pray for a child, ask God to deliver that child. And that's only if the child even have a fucking soul or is the whole demonic spirit. Because when some of these children be sacrificed when they little, when they shit, sometimes in their belly, in the mama's belly, who in these cults, they come with a demon soul. They don't have like a human soul. They come with a whole dark spirit in them, being rebirthed into the motherfucking earth. Let's get it real. Let's keep it gangster. Y'all stop believing every fucking thing you hear. Stop believing everything you fucking hear. Do your own investigation. Do your own due diligence. Because the same people who you don't believe in, who telling the truth, your ass gonna be in the hot water one day and you gonna wish you had motherfuckers to believe in you. That's all I want to say. I love y'all. I just keep it gangster, keep it real. You know, I'm not here for to be like, hell, I got people gang stalking me. Obviously people don't like me. Obviously people don't like what I'm saying. Shit, but I've been gang stalked since younger. And I wasn't even speaking like this then. You know what made me a truth teller? My aunties used to lie on me when I was coming up. And the only thing that made my mama believe me is when I looked her in her eyes. And when I told my mama I was telling the truth and she looked at me and she stood up for me and told my auntie, my child ain't lying, I know my child. That's all I need. After that, I ain't want to motherfucking lie. Have I lied? Absolutely. I didn't lie to help save somebody's life. Do I tell little white lies? Yes. But it ain't no kind of lie that's gonna hurt nobody. Like I was talking to this lady today. She was from another country. And, you know, She was telling me how it's so different from here and this and that. And I was giving her my 411 about what I think about her being herself. Stop, doing everything everybody wants you to do. No, you don't have to do that. You have a voice, XYZ. And I was telling her my story about me being married all these different times. The only little white lie I told her was that it was men. Why did I tell her that? Why did I not just say it was 2 women and 1 man? Why didn't I tell her that? Because I felt like at the moment, I don't want you to get caught up in me being a lesbian. I want you to hear the message that I'm giving you. That was my intention. If we was having casual conversation, then I would have probably just said, hey, yeah, I was married to a man and 2 women. But I said, I said the words he. Wasn't trying to be intentionally deceptive. I just wanted her to focus. I didn't want her to be like, we having this deep conversation about her being in America and how people, the way they doing this and that. And then me sitting up here saying, oh yeah, because I've been married 3 times. And then 1 was a guy, 2, was a woman. I don't want you to focus on, oh my God, she's a lesbian. Oh my God, I wonder if she like me. No, I need you to focus on what we're talking about. Because I'm trying to encourage you. She telling me about how she moved from South Africa here and how it's so different and how she got to go to all these PTA meetings and, on this certain day she got to cook food and she got to do this. She's like, just trying to get it all because, it's the way they want you to do it. And I was like, you don't have to do nothing you don't want to do. If you don't want to go somewhere, if you don't want to do something, you do not have to do it. You don't follow what the rules of what they want you to be like. Be yourself. That's what I told. I said, be yourself. I said, honey, I'm considered a oddball, weird, different. I said, I'm out the box. I'm not in the box. If I don't want to do something, I'm going to say, no, I don't want to do that. No, thank you. And I'm going to mean it. Was I always like this? No, but honey, since I've grown into myself and I've become stronger, I'm very verbal at what I want and what I don't want. And I could tell she was miserable because she comes from another country and she just knows you got to do this, do that. Oh, so they're trying to train you how they want you to be to make themselves feel comfortable. I say, if you don't want to go to the social media meeting just because all the other parents telling you that's what you have to do, you don't have to do a motherfucking thing. You could simply say, no, I don't want to do that. And I could tell I opened up a twinkle in her head because she didn't see life like that. Because apparently, I guess when you from another country, depending on what group or, where your child go to school or whatever, you got these people who trying to tell you how to live your life. And if you don't know no difference because you in a country that's unfamiliar, you're going to just go with that. But that's to make their ass feel comfortable about you. Oh, yeah, because she's... Oh, Suzanne, she's on a PTA meeting. Yeah, she always cooks. And yeah, she's always to soccer practice. And yeah, she goes to volleyball. And yeah, her husband and her wife and her they own this business. And yeah, bullshit. Y'all can't tell motherfuckers how to be. Who the fuck do y'all think y'all are? Y'all want motherfuckers like robots. Y'all want people to do what y'all want them to do to make y'all feel better about y'all stuff or make you feel comfortable about somebody from another country so you won't feel threatened because they're different. Kick motherfucking rocks. I can't stand you uppity motherfuckers. You motherfuckers who look down on people, who lie and manipulate people, who think you better than people, got your fucking nose tooted up and shit like that. Y'all the motherfucking peasants that God be talking about. Y'all be acting like y'all all sedity and shit, but y'all motherfuckers is the peasants that God be talking about. Because on the inside of y'all ain't nothing but dark ass fucking souls. Y'all dark as fuck. Y'all evil. That's who God be talking about. Y'all are the fucking peasants. Not the people who y'all look down on. You, the motherfuckers who look down on the people are the peasants. Straight up. So anyway, this is ending my conversation. That's all I wanted to get on here and talk about. If you're offended, go talk to God about it. I'm quite sure he'll have a conversation with you. Get you right on together. Because he ain't called me to do this shit for nothing. I already know this shit come with haters. I already know this shit gonna trigger people. I already know people not gonna like me. I don't give a fuck. You are not my creator. You did not create me for a time such as this. The Most High did. You think that God don't want me to do this and I'm able to go walk on the street knowing I'm gang stalked, even though you motherfuckers, half of y'all don't believe that shit? You think that God didn't create me for this, knowing that I'm being targeted, knowing that people been trying to take me out, knowing I done woke up with motherfucking tires flat when I was living in Georgia? You don't think that I was made for this? I done been stabbed. Come on now. I done had a gun put up to my head more than once, more than twice. You don't think I was made for this? The fact that God had me in New Orleans when I was younger, so that he was preparing me for survival, to show me how the real world was? Y'all don't think so? Come on. How many of you motherfuckers can walk out here not be scared when you know that you're being targeted? Somebody following you. How many of y'all can really walk out here and be fearless? How many? Let me tell you how I can do it, because I believe and have faith in God. If God say he gonna protect me, he gonna protect me. And I already said, God, look here. If you say you gonna protect me, protect me. I already talked to God. If somebody try to harm me, Lord, and you don't protect me, you give me permission to do what I gotta do to protect my life. Period, point blank. Because I'm not gonna let nobody hurt this right here, me. I love me. I love me. And I'm glad that I've grown to get to this point, because, me walking on this earth being kind to motherfuckers all the time, half of y'all motherfuckers like stepping on people who kind of think they weak and shit. You know what I'm saying? Thinking motherfuckers is a pushover and gullible, and you could get over and manipulate and steal and all that, kill, steal, and destroy them. But the worst thing you can do is make a kind person motherfucking stand in their dark side too. Because I'm going to be kind to those who deserve being kind to. And you motherfuckers who dark, I'm gonna let you meet my dark side too. Because y'all don't appreciate good people. Because you ain't good. And that's all I got to say. I'm out. Peace. Bye.